Criptoknight bullet.
Early morning mob, capo. This show is amazing. I've checked it out a couple of times, and I would recommend all our friends and fans do give them a listen. They do such great work, and I'm really proud and again grateful to be able to be a part of the show.
So the beautiful people know who I am. Do you want to tell them who you are?
Oh, I'm Jen Engborg.
Okay, Jen. How did you get into comedy?
Well, I honestly went through some really terrible medical stuff.
Okay.
When I was 22 or just turned 22, and like my life was turned upside down. I was diagnosed with this thing called VHL, which causes slow growing tumors, like vascular tumors in neurologically detrimental places such as your brain, your spine, your eyes, your pancreas. It causes adrenal cancer. So I had to get a surgery done, right before I was going to be an EMT, and I was going to focus on my writing, because I've always been a writer. And then shit got flipped upside down and got completely paralyzed by the surgery. My whole life had to change because of my medical diagnosis and stuff, so I wasn't able to be an EMT and go to the city and write poetry, all angsty like I wanted to. So I was sitting in bed after, all I would do is lay in bed.
You had free time?
So yeah, I had free time, and I started watching some stand-up comedy, and I was like, that's just how I talk, so maybe if I should try getting up and just doing it,
Who did you watch? Would you say those are your music? Who did you watch, and who are your comical influences? Maybe they're the same.
Honestly, my two favorite that I can think of off the top of my head would be Miss Pat. I saw on one of this Netflix specials, and I like John Mulaney. He's pretty. And Sudeikis was okay. I honestly don't know many names at all. I'll know faces or I'll hear them, but I'm so new to comedy itself, let alone just performing comedy. So everyone's saying all these names, and I'm supposed to know them, and I'm like, yep, yeah, no face, and I'm like, damn it, I should do my research.
Yeah, but no, and they say that even Eddie Van Halen, he taught himself, but he was taught from his father, who was a classical pianist or something.
Yeah.
And he flipped that into playing the guitar.
And he learned by sound or something.
And yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and totally flipped it off for something else. And just sometimes that's you don't need to be classically trained sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that's
obviously it's good to know the legends just to pay homage, but
exactly, or just to know, what has also been done too, so you don't repeat
But also when you're building your own lane, sometimes you hear things and you homogenize them and bring them in, and then
it influences your own. Yeah,
so sometimes I can see not doing
I almost feel I don't want to watch too much of them, but I would want to see just a clip, so I know when someone says their name, I at least have an image.
I think that imitation flattery with that said too, though, and there's a few musicians anyway from my angle where I do kind of emulate.
Absolutely, totally, the beats in my head, I was a writer, and I've always been a writer. I'm just new to it being comedic, but in my writing, there was Jack Kerouac and Virginia Woolf, and everything that I read was deeply influenced my style. You could go through my notebooks and I could probably call out which book I was reading at the time.
I'm assuming that, as I was stuck up here, I'm assuming that your jokes are more on a thinking level.
A storyteller, and I also I'm quick, that's why I was that's how I talk. So, so I like the back and forth. And I kind of want to look into emceeing a little bit too, because I love that. Excuse you,
banter,
what's up? Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any comical bits or anything out on the internet now, or?
I don't think technically on the internet. Some people have recorded them and put them out on I have a clip on some acting site that my friend let me borrow of his, and then I was thinking of setting up my Instagram, because I finally put in the description my name and I'm a comedian. So
I say that because when I talk to the comedians a lot, I obviously, because I strive from the music angle, comic albums. I don't know if they make them anymore.
I hear about them. I've heard.
So I ask it that, or little TikTok skits or stuff like that, or things like that.
Instagram reels.
Yeah, little
videos.
reels.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
Like that.
So.
how do you deal with hecklers, and have you dealt with hecklers since you're a new comic?
I haven't really dealt with too many hecklers like while I was up there, and I think that's the issue. I've dealt with some afterwards, and the frustration of that like is I hate that I'm not able to say something back.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll get hecklers, but it'll be after the fact.
Huh.
So it's like if I had them during, like I almost wish it happened.
I said that to my guy.
So
you
it's
could
like,
put him into your bit, kind
yeah,
of.
and then I could fucking call it out and respond to it instead of like some comic being like, oh,
Yeah.
like you're like a trans like bitch, and I'll beat you up, and I'm like, A, first off, I am a woman. I cut these off for medical reasons, and B, like I will still beat your ass. Like I fight to the death, son.
But no, the heckler thing, it's like new material all the time. Not a comic, but I think I would actually like it.
Yeah, that's the fun part. And now they're all doing it at when I'm off the stage. I'm like, come on, don't be a bitch. Like I want to say it back to you.
Tonight was that more? Did you change anything being a competition? Was more of a competition tonight.
No, because I usually prepare more, and I meant to, but this week was all doctors for me, so I wasn't able to. And then I wanted to go later in the set, and my buddy messed up and like just signed off his, so I went first. And so I hadn't even read my read through or prepared, so I was trying to go by script, but I wasn't prepared enough to go by the script. So tonight was kind of just a mess.
Sometimes you have to flip the script.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you do, but I'm new, and tonight was a little messy, but
you have to get reps in. Reps are good.
Exactly. That's all. Worst case, if I don't love how I did, at least I did a show. So. And
we're all about giving those reps, so it's hit or miss anyway. So
exactly.
I know there's professionals that miss all the time too. So, do you come up with jokes in the? I end the show, the interviews with a little bit more crazier thinking.
Mm.
Do you come up with? It's usually songs, but in your case, jokes in the shower or car.
I would say both.
And I say that because it's a lot of good quiet time.
Yeah.
The shower for me, it's acoustic. It's almost like I wish I had a mic in there, a waterproof microphone.
Yeah. Well, I'm never when I'm in the shower or in a car, I'm with somebody because I'm disabled.
Yes.
So like, even in the shower, like those wouldn't be the times that I think of jokes. It's when I sit in my room and I talk to myself in the mirror and my cat. Like it's like exactly. Like
because I help write any jokes.
He's given a few zingers. Jasmine's she's quiet, but she's funny, so.
The quiet ones are usually the funny ones.
It usually is the quiet ones.
Do you have any social medias that you would plug?
I have, I guess we could tag my Instagram, because again, I plan to post more things on there, but
You will after tonight.
Yeah, it says my name, it has my face, it has my profile picture, and it says, I think, comedian, writer, and idiot is my description. So
that's a unique one.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope you had fun with us. And like I said, we like to give those reps regardless. So
Absolutely.
Hopefully you took those shots.
Yeah, I had a great time, and it was great to meet you all. So.
Thank you.